And so I say, Arlucier, come forth. This is the day to leave the cave.
Yes, tonight.
I have, as you know, I've been on the ELT. I resigned September 9th. There's something far less than this. I do not consider this an acceptable level of transparency. In a room full of faithful witnesses, I'm being a faithful witness to my brothers. There is more to be shared, and what David just said is well-intended, righteous.
I second that.
And I believe that you need to address this in a different way, with a greater degree of transparency, or this is not going to be a trustworthy process.
Please support your local food bank, Drug and Alcohol Center. This is Buddy the Cat. Say hello, Buddy. Buddy the Cat, she's full of beans right now, but everyone loves Buddy the Cat, and everybody on YouTube says hit the like button, so there it is. Thanks for everyone who stopped in to watch. I haven't been live for quite some time. At first importance on my channel, I stand with the purported victims, as well as I have signed the petition. So I stand with the survivors on my channel, all right? All right, so this video just came out with Dean Briggs. Live video. This is the last video. It just got uploaded 1 day ago. Now, in this video, Dean Briggs is using the analogy and prophetic language, prophecy, claiming that he is calling forth Lazarus out of the tomb. So in this portrayal, right, so let me just get this slows down. Dean Briggs is acting as Jesus in this portrayal of Lazarus and calling Arlucier out of the cave.
And so I say, Arlucier, come forth. This is the day to leave the cave.
You know, I was reflecting on it that Arlucier is afforded the presumption of innocent before proven guilty in a court of law. Now, those minors and foster children have taken him to court, and this all has to be played out inside of the courts. Now, I was reflecting on it, and to give some context to my regular viewers, this is a prophetic movement here in Canada. Now, why is Dean Briggs screaming in church that he comes out of the cave like Lazarus? Now, I was reflecting on this, that on my street outreach, actually, I was thinking if there was, for an example, a priest that was all over the news, like Art Luce is all over the news. For an example, the naked picture that he sent to one of his congregation. This is one of the articles. So I didn't see, he stepped down from ministry, to give you the context. There's a lawsuit about the foster children. And then, of course, this is the last Julie Roy's article where he sent a naked bum picture to one of his congregation members. And allegedly, this isn't just a one-off. I was on the street doing my outreach, and I was thinking to myself, you know, if there was a priest that was in the all over the news, sending nude bum pictures to the congregation members and was taken to court in a major lawsuit in front of the Supreme Court of Canada, you probably wouldn't see, for an example, in the Anglican Church, somebody that was his buddy come into the pulpit and start screaming, Lazarus, come forward, in the midst of all that has gone on. Never mind the survivor testimonies. These are former people that were involved with the church. There's 1,100 signatures. Stop the abuse. These are real people that are, like, for an example, this is his son-in-law, and then a whole bunch of former leaders and supporters of the Canadian Firewall, this is his network, have all come forward asking for a third-party investigation, including, just giving you some of the context. For an example, this one is the article about his pants down. And this is, so Stacey Campbell hasn't taken down her post. And Stacey Campbell, of course, is saying that they should step down until, take a sabbatical until the legal process is unfolded. Here's Patricia King as well. Art Lucy, to whom may be concerned, I'm aware that the legal and the investigation reveals and processes are currently underway, and I sincerely pray that these will be bring to light whether to confirm or to clear these serious accusations. This is Renee. Of course, Renee is being part of his network promoting him in Canada. So there's a schism going on right now in the prophetic community that I can see. After a month-long vacation and following much prayer, reflection, observation, and careful consideration, I made the decision to step down from my weekly commitment to the reset. This choice comes in the light of turmoil surrounding Art Lucy as being a friend of mine for the last 3 years, and my desire to honor both biblical process and integrity to this movement, as well as my dedicated intercessors and leaders who have poured their hearts into this work. It has been truly a privilege that It has been a true privilege that I do thank Art for inviting me to take part. I also want to take responsibility apologizing for stepping back at a critical time. I'm making a public statement because the reset is public ministry. I would not have made this decision if Art had chosen fully to step down from ministry and trusting full leadership to others, allowing a proper, transparent progress to take place, which is interesting because that's exactly, just to give you some historical context, what we're talking about, what Dean Briggs said about Mike Bickle.
So I say, Art Lucier, come forth. This is the day to leave the cave.
Yes, tonight. I have, as you know, I've been on the ELT. I resigned September 9th. There's something far less than this. I do not consider this an acceptable level of transparency in a room full of faithful witnesses. I'm being a faithful witness to my brothers. There is more to be shared, and what David just said is well-intended, righteous.
I second that.
I believe that you need to address this in a different way, with a greater degree of transparency, or this is not going to be a trustworthy process.